And as a special treat this evening,
you're listening to Jason and Iyare.
What up, this Jay-Z kicking it with Jason and Iyare.
Okay, so welcome internet people who blog and log on and all them type of things. This is the first ever Jason and Iyare podcast. Yeah, the Jason and Iyare podcast is called Jason and Iyare at Large, or just at Large, or the Jason and Iyare podcast, or something along those lines.
Anything you want to put into that search engine, as long as it's got podcast Jason and Iyare at Large, possibly you'll be able to find it. I guess.
I suppose now we're our own bosses, isn't it?
Yeah.
We can do what we want, you know what I mean? Obviously, when you're working and you're doing something for the BBC or another network, you have to follow their rules, do you know what I mean? We'd be pushing the envelope out by saying a dangerous word like bum. Now that we're our own bosses, any fucking thing could happen, do you know what I mean? You never know.
You just never know, so there's good reasons to keep listening. All right.
You're listening to Jason and Iyare.
One of the first things we want to talk about, families and kids and how much money families spend on kids. And quite frankly, are kids worth the money? But someone who does know they've got a few kids and they've just found out they've got an extra one just floating around is the boy P Diddy. I don't know, P Diddy's got about 17 gazillion kids running around, and then some ex-girlfriend of his has just come in and said, you know what, you've got 17 gazillion plus one kid now.
Maybe this new little girl, she gets a perfume named after her. It's called Illegitimate.
You know,
like his Unforgiven perfume. You know, you can do that.
We've now realised he's got this girl floating around, little kid. Yeah. Poor kid. Don't even know her name. The mother of the kid is now saying, you know what, you need to pay me some money on a monthly basis. And rightly so. If you do the zoom thing and you put the thing in the thing, and then the thing then delivers a baby, then you should pay for that baby. You can't just leave it out there.
You know, it's 2007. Men, we have to take responsibility for our children these days. Okay, so fair enough. P Diddy's got to pay some money for his kid. Is he doing it? Is he paying the money?
Well, I mean, the figure that's out there now that P Diddy's got to pay on a monthly basis, right? Now check the figure. I'm looking at it, I'm thinking that can't be right, but I'm going to say it anyway. £21,782.
Yeah.
0.08 pence.
Every month?
Every month. Now, I mean,
how did they negotiate that? I'm telling you, I'm not leaving here without another 8 pence.
I mean, at least round it up to 10p.
Do you know what I mean? Or round it down. Come on, 8 pence a month. You can just leave it. £21,782. £82.
£82.
Let's still take it. I'm not leaving without another £2.08 for a subway ticket to go and take him to the nursery or something. Or her. It's a girl child.
It's a girl child. Where are you from? It's a girl child.
I like Boney M, you know what I mean?
Okay, all right. P Diddy's got a new kid. He's got to pay all that money per month. Question to you this afternoon, or whenever you're listening, is...
give away the time of day we're recording that. It's afternoon. Do you know what I mean? They didn't know that until then.
Or whenever you're listening. It could have been a red herring.
Okay, yeah. It could have been throwing you off the scent.
Okay, £21,000 a month. What kid's worth that? That kid better be doing some crazy-ish.
Unless, of course, they're really good on the wing. Unless they can beat a man and ping in a pinpoint cross on the 6-yard line from the wing, then maybe £21,000 a month is good value.
No kid's worth that. I'm not even worth that, and I'm a kid.
You know what I mean?
I got mum and dad, and if they said, right, I'm going to get 21 grand per month for you, I say I'm not worth it.
21 grand a month, what's that like? Just over 5 grand a week? Come on, man. I'm sure that I could bring about 5 grand a week of joy into the life of a parent. As a child, I was cute.
Okay, listen, okay.
I had a winning smile.
Let me ask you this question right now. What have you done for your parents lately that's made them smile?
What? Do you know what I mean? Everything I do. Do you know what I mean? Look, right, I'll tell you what I did for my dad recently that made him smile, right? I went on a TV channel called BEN, which is very popular amongst Africans, I mean, and... I was on this TV channel and like some other people saw it and went back to my dad and said, we saw your son on TV, and that made him happy.
So what about your mum?
Oh, my mum got it as well, and she quite enjoyed it as well. They like all that. I saw your son on TV.
And that was worth 21 grand?
Well, I don't know if it was worth 21 grand. Do you know what I mean? But if you add that to the fact I popped around to see them, do you know what I mean? Helped clip the hedge, those sorts of childly type of duties, it's got to be worth, It's got to be worth something.
Yeah.
Do you
Not
know what I
21
mean?
grand.
They ain't cutting me out of the will for that. 21 grand. I'm lucky if they've got 21p in their will, actually.
Oh my days.
All right.
Well, anyway, there you go. P Diddy, big at yourself. I'm glad you found a daughter and your daughter's found you, and hopefully you'll get to see each other a little bit more than you did when you first conceived her.
What up, this Jay-Z kicking it with Jason and Iyare.
What I'm slightly upset about this week is that I've been looking at magazines a lot, and in magazines for men a lot at the moment. Yeah, no, and before anybody get not those types of magazines. I'm talking about your GQ types of magazines, your style magazines,
Top
not
ones.
not your top shelf type of stuff. All right, but at the moment, what Marks and Spencers, well known as a brand around the UK, they are trying to make their menswear more sexy.
They need me.
All right. So what they did is when they wanted to make their women's wear more sexy, they got Twiggy, they got her in, and they got Naomi Lenoir, Claude Makelele's wife.
Okay,
Who played the girl.
Fit.
Yes, very fit. Played the girl in Rush Hour 3
Yes.
recently. Okay. So they want to make their menswear more cool. Who do they get?
Jason.
No, they didn't get you. They didn't get me. They got Take That. Jason Orange was in there.
Jason Orange. Okay, so they got all of them. Robbie wasn't in there.
Robbie wasn't in there, but he's not technically Take That anymore.
Okay.
But the point is, let's be real, they were one of the worst pop groups in the past 20 years. Do you know what I mean?
No, hang on. Whoa. They weren't horrible. They were very successful.
Yeah, but
and
they-
girls went crazy for them.
But
did
music-
man go crazy for them?
Exactly, this is my point. You didn't ever sit to yourself and say, you know what, I'm feeling those Take That boys, man. I might actually nick a few of their things to kind of try out on girls around here.
Right,
You never wanted to be Take That.
I did.
See, you can't even keep a straight face. All right?
No.
You never wanted to be Take That, and this is my point, right? You know, you look at Naomi Lenoir, and you can imagine that girls look at her and think, "Oh, I wish I had that figure."
True.
And you can imagine that, like, you know, men look at Twiggy and think, "Oh, I remember Twiggy in the '60s." Whoa,
Oi.
exactly, right? So you know, you've got women there that women want to be and men want to be with. Okay.
Yep.
Now, maybe girls want to be with Take That still. Perhaps, yeah?
Perhaps.
But how many guys do you know say, you know what, that Gary Barlow, now that's my style icon.
That's who I want to be when I
wanna
grow up.
Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be Jason Orange.
Okay, so...
Who says that?
Okay, who would you have used?
All right, okay, obviously we're counting ourselves out. But what we could have...
What about Dave? Any Dave.
Just a geezer called Dave.
What about Dave?
That's what geezers want to be. They want to be like Dave.
See, if you know so, I bet you know someone called Dave.
I do know someone called Dave.
And what's your mate Dave like?
He's actually a very cool guy.
Would you like to be Dave?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay, ask me.
Well, would you want to be Dave?
Yeah,
But not
maybe.
Take That. I'll take that.
You're listening to Jason and Iyare.
When's the last time you saw an old couple kissing in public?
I don't think I've ever seen an old couple kissing in public.
Okay, when I say old, I'm talking like over 60s. You ain't seen no over 60s snogging?
No, I've you occasionally see them getting tea together, or maybe sometimes holding hand, but it's a different generation.
When's the last time you saw your mum and dad kiss?
Oh, mate. Oh. The thing is, like, if you're over 50, yeah, you're more likely to have sex on a first date than if you're under 40.
See, now them over 50s ran, didn't they?
Yeah, well, they're all them 60s baby boomers, kind of, you know what I mean, getting a little bit on, you know, coming out of their divorce thinking,
Yeah.
you know what, right, I just spent 30 years married to the same person. Allow that, I'm going to get me some things.
Some new things.
You
I
get
mean,
me?
all right, what I want you to do, right?
Yeah.
What I want you to do right now, and everybody else that's listening, visualise
Yeah.
a 60-year-old,
Oh, please don't do this.
right, going at it.
We want people to listen next week. Oh, man.
See, it's in your head now, innit?
Oh, I can't get it out of my head.
Going at it like the clappers.
Oh, mate, why do they have to go at it like the clappers? Couldn't they go at it like, you know what I mean, gently?
No,
Oh,
man.
dear.
Look, 60-year-old, and they're going at it. Now,
Yeah.
the thing is, when you're 60, I bet you're going to still want to be able to go at it like the clappers.
Yeah, obviously.
Exactly.
But like, I'm worrying about that when I'm 60. What I do like of the fact is that if you're a young person and you have sex, what do you call it?
What do I call it personally?
No, but just in
Okay.
general.
In general.
Sex.
Sex, innit? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're old people and you're having sex, it's called grey sex. I don't know. Is that the case all the time? If it's two fat people having sex,
Is it
that
fat sex?
I don't know. Or like, you know, lardy sex. I don't know.
Do you know, I'd like to think so, you know? I'd like to think so. I really would. So, grey sex, do you know what I mean, for the over 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So, big up the over 50s, man. Do you know what I mean? You guys are going at it, and good for you, because there's no reason why you shouldn't be. What about, so, the fat ones going at it? Again, do you know what I mean? You're sitting around waiting to die as well for a heart attack and stuff.
See, why are we always having to go at fat people when
'Cause
we're
it's
both so
wrong.
fat?
Yeah, I know. But that's wrong.
Is that what it is? Is that because we feel like, you know what? both of us are a bit chubby, so we can always have a go at fat people. It's all right. How they can't really get upset at us.
Well, they can't. Do you know what I mean? Overweight. Look at the style. Look at that belly. Do you know what I mean? I'm fat. It's cool.
Can you put it away?
It's cool.
I don't want to see your belly anymore. So listen, thank you for listening to our new podcast, At Large, doing our thing.